Barry shot down one of the satellites.
He did. DeVoe didn't seem to care. I'll try and see if I can track it. I don't like that sound.
This says the Star Lab satellite's been activated.
It's DeVoe. He's using our satellite to replace the one you destroyed.
Well, can you stop him?
He's here.
Hello, Professor DeVoe.
Come on.
Initiating Enlightenment Protocol.
Let there be light.
He did it.
The Enlightenment.
What are we gonna do?
I don't know. God saw. It was good.
What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on The Flash Season 4. If you're into Flash Season 4, make sure to subscribe. So last night's episode of Think Fast, episode 22. What do you guys think about the episode? Let me know everything down below. This house is bitchin', so it's good that we're getting some references back from the very first episode of The Flash Season 4, Episode 1. I really hope in the finale we actually get to know what these Speed Force symbols are. That's just what the Flash community calls it. Be interested if we can find out what they actually mean. So this episode was about the Enlightenment actually starting, and it was pretty interesting. So just as most people thought, John Diggle broke into Argus disguised as the Thinker. It was the Thinker. That was pretty cool. We've really found out that the Thinker is like Thanos from Avengers Infinity War in many different ways, because before he could break in, he had to take out a lot of people before he could get the walking nuke. He showed a lot of different abilities, just like Thanos has with all the different gems. So it's pretty interesting that it's like they're trying to cheeky wink at you behind the camera. And I gotta say that dumbass Harry Wells was the real MVP. He's even funnier when he doesn't have his intelligence, which was pretty interesting. So the whole episode was about building up that we are the Flash. You can't do this by yourself, Barry, because Barry's still feeling bad because he killed Ralph. Now, people get triggered when I say this, but he killed Ralph. He really did. So he doesn't want Cisco and Caitlin to help him because he doesn't want to kill them. So what's interesting about this episode is it's all about entering Flash time, I guess you could say. And Caitlin and Cisco want to enter Flash time. So in order to do this, the Flash has to learn a new ability. So in this episode, it's kind of interesting. We learn that Barry Allen essentially creates Speed Force when he moves. So almost like telling you that Barry Allen is the Speed Force. But what they do interesting in this episode is he gives Caitlin and Cisco the Speed Force temporarily. Now, they did it in a cheap way by not making them speedsters, by allowing them to move in Flash time, which was very interesting. So obviously, these would be abilities that will pick up in Season 5. Obviously, we're thinking here at Team Warstu that Season 5 is going to be Flash family orientated. We know eventually we're going to get Bart Allen. If it is Dawn Allen, then it kind of makes sense. So it is a comic book move that speedsters work better together. They're faster when they're all running in sync. So it's very interesting. So Caitlin has been suppressing a memory from when she was a child, and it's really interesting when you find out what it is. So it turns out that Killer Frost has actually been around most of Caitlin's life since she was a young child, and it's very interesting reveal because she's been thinking that she got it from the particle accelerator. So I presume this is going to be a storyline that's built on Season 5. Maybe, obviously, if you see the clip, I'll try and find the clip and I'll put it over the top, that her dad knew about it. Her dad was like, no, don't. So possibly her dad could be the Season 5 villain, a non-speedster villain with ties to Team Flash. That would work pretty well. The more we find out about Clifford DeVoe, the Thinker, the more interesting the plan gets. And if you think about it, everyone hates this season of Flash. But logically speaking, his actual plan to wipe like the world of poverty, of kind of dictatorship, is actually a pretty solid plan. He's just going about it the wrong way by absolutely killing everyone that gets in his way. So Iris and good old Harry find the mechanic in Oxford where her and Clifford first met, which is very interesting. She went to home where she felt safe, where her and Clifford first lived, I guess you could say. And she agrees to help him because obviously she doesn't want everyone turning brain dead like Harry Wells. But Harry Wells was pretty funny. So finally, the Flash got to travel through a pocket dimension and he blew up one of the signal boosters, one of the 5 kind of radio signal boosters, I guess you could say, but it really didn't do anything because the thing could just end up using Star Labs to kind of have it as the vocal point for everything, which was kind of interesting, and we've seen it coming because, like we said before, guys, the Enlightenment was going to start at the end of this episode, so the Enlightenment was going to essentially be the We Are the Flash finale, which is kind of interesting. So now that the Flash can move so fast, he can go through a pocket dimension, but that's only because of the charge he's getting from the actual kind of signals inside of Argus, I guess you could say. The ending was kind of interesting because it ended with the Enlightenment starting, Clifford DeVoe, the Thinker, actually going into Gideon's chamber, and he's obviously using Kilgore, obviously the technology, to override Gideon, and the Enlightenment starts. But Barry couldn't phase through, I guess you could say, the Gideon protection to get in, but I presume that's because Reverse Flash engineered it in a way that you couldn't phase through. Let me know if I'm wrong, guys. I can't remember a time when he did phase through that kind of insulation on there. I'm not really sure if he did. So Clifford DeVoe starts the Enlightenment and he thinks he's almost godlike. There was some references to the stars. Cecile gains a new power when she literally takes on the personality of other people's, which is kind of interesting when you think about it, because she pretended to be the pizza delivery guy, she pretended to be Joe, she pretended to be Caitlin, and that's why Caitlin asked Vibe to Viber, and that's when she found out, oh my god, I've been Killer Frost all this time, I've been suppressing the memories. So the therapy session in this episode was actually useful once, because had she not had that, she wouldn't have asked Cisco to help her find out the truth to everything. So it was a pretty solid episode. I don't know why The Flash Season 4 couldn't have had more episodes like this. I think if everyone knew Clifford DeVoe's plan from the start, they wouldn't have criticised this season so much. So we're going into The Flash Season 4 finale. We are The Flash. The Enlightenment is started, and just like we predicted, it's going to be an episode based around Barry being in the Thinker's mind, with the Thinker doing a voiceover, which is pretty clever. So everyone, every single person, every single YouTuber was wrong when initially they said the bus scene was going to be a time traveling scene. Ralph's there, it's going to be time traveling. No, it's just an Inception based episode when they're inside the Thinker's mind. So anyway, guys, let me know what you thought of this episode. My voice is going to be a bit off. I've got a bit of a cold, sore throat, but we've got to keep them YouTube videos grinding. I will have my trailer breakdown up a couple hours after this video. So guys, please like, subscribe and comment, and I will catch you in another video very soon, guys. Catch ya later.